C.S. Lewis, quoted by Mark R. Levin in Liberty and Tyranny, pointed out, regulation by do-gooders can be the most frightening of all tyrannies. A tyranny exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive. But those who torment us for our own good will torment us without end, for they do so with the approval of their own conscience. Levin describes how the moral busybodies seek to oppress us with soft tyranny, telling us what to do for our own good. And as Lewis noted, they will torment us without end, if we give them the chance.
Committee's chairman, J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey, began the questioning. Thomas: Mr. Brooks, are you a screenwriter? Brooks: Yes, Mr. Chairman, but I hope I may read a short statement before being questioned. Thomas: You may not. You may answer our questions. Thomas: I asked you if you are a screenwriter. Brooks: Yes, sir. Brooks: Mr. Chairman, I believe it has already been pointed out to you at length that this committee has no right to question an American citizen about his political beliefs. The First Amendment... Thomas: That's it. This witness is dismissed. Brooks: Mr. Chairman. Thomas: I'll have the sergeant at arms remove the witness if he doesn't go quietly. Sid stood up, humiliated, folded his written statement, and stuffed it into a pocket. A uniformed man appeared at his side and showed him the door.
What's the violations? Currently, the remaining violation is the RV hooked to utilities being used for living purposes. Who's living in the RV?
No one.
Then why is it there?
It's there because I have a valid building permit, and according to Florida plumbing law, I must provide a bathroom. And additionally,
You just lost me.
I'm sorry, I'll read the statute.
You're trying to play games with the
I am not playing games with you. I am telling you that it says toilet facilities for workers. Toilet facilities shall be provided for construction workers, and such facilities shall be maintained in a sanitary condition. It is Plumbing Code 311.
Don't make me shut you off. All right?
You can't shut me off. I have a right to speak.
Yeah, but you're going to get back on task here. You don't need that trailer there. That's
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. That's
So
what's
you're
in
telling me I
violation.
have to
You're
move?
getting, what's you getting fined today? $100 a day? Yes. So it's $100 a day or $60 a month for a porta john. So you tell me which is the best.
No, I do not have to have a porta john. It says in here the toilet shall be, if it is of the non-sewer type, it shall conform to whatever. I am not putting I pay for sewer and water.
I second the motion.
I object, and I
Hearing
think you
none,
are
all in favor of
violating
the
my
motion, say aye.
constitutional right of free speech.
Opposed, likewise. Thank you.
You want me to walk away from this? It has an SBA
You want me to have yes or no?
and it has a valid construction permit.
I don't care.
Well, I care and I will sue every one of you for
Hey,
violating
get
my
my name right.
constitutional
Okay.
rights.
Would you
You
ask
are
me-
excessively finding
Officer.
in violation of my free speech, my Eighth Amendment.
You're done. You're trespassing the building. You're done. Let's go.
You are trespassing on my
Let's go.
property on a valid construction site and you are invading my
Let's go.
privacy.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And this will go on YouTube and the whole world will see what you are doing to people.
Spell the name right.
I will. I want every one of your names.
Come on.
Next
You need to
case.
leave.
I will be
You need to
taking
leave.
their
They'll
names.
help you at the desk. They'll get all the names for you.
Number 11-0.
All right, take that I'm being
Deputy
escorted out.
Martinez, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office.
Okay,
Let's
go ahead. Let me have you say that to me one more time.
You need to get out of the building, grab your stuff, and let's go.
Okay, thank you.
Need that trailer there. That's
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. That's
So
what's
you're
in
telling me I
violation.
have to
You're
move?
getting, what's you getting fined today, $100 a day? Yes. So it's $100 a day or $60 a month for a porta john. So you tell me which is the best.
No, I do not.
You're done. You're trespassing the building. You're done. Let's go.
You are trespassing on my
Let's
property.
go. You're done. You're trespassing the building. You're done. Let's go.
You are trespassing on my
Let's go.
property on a valid construction site and you are invading my
Let's go.
privacy. Okay, thank you.
But in his dissent, Justice Louis Brandeis acknowledged Willebrand's concerns, and for the first time in a federal judicial proceeding, asserted that embedded in the American Constitution was a right to privacy. And then he went on.
The greatest dangers to liberty lurk in insidious encroachment by men of zeal, well-meaning, but without understanding. To declare that, in the administration of the criminal law, the end justifies the means. To declare that the government may commit crimes in order to secure the conviction of a private criminal would bring terrible retribution.
Did you sign in? Were you sworn in earlier?
No,
You didn't get sworn in.
why? I'm not, this is not a court. I should not have to be sworn in to speak my mind.
You want to provide testimony?
It's not testimony. This is not a court.
We are a quasi-judicial.
Quasi does not mean you are a court. It means you are acting as a court. You are not a court. You are not lawyers. You are contractors. You have no authority over me, a free person, to comply with anything. According to, and it's not funny, because this is to do with the liberties and rights of American people who are being abused. I am being subjected to liens, defamation of character, unnecessary upset, because I have a 3-inch pipe going into the ground. This is ridiculous. I have abided by all the regulations regarding a building permit. I have an active building permit. I know quite a bit about code enforcement, seeing as how it ruined my life over not you, but some other jurisdiction. I have every right to have a clean out that I pay for and not provide a porta potty on my property. Also, the charter of Charlotte County requires all of you to abide by the statutes of Florida County, of the state of Florida, and also the Constitution of Florida and the constitutions of the United States. In Florida statutes, 810.08 is trespass on a structure. My property, my personal property, is posted. It is a misdemeanor in the second degree. I have not written this yet on my property, but you are well aware that it is an active construction site. Florida statute 810.09D1 states that this area is a designated construction site and anyone who trespasses commits a felony of the third degree. Also,
May I ask a question? Is this only comments? Because we're not speaking to this testimony, because she hasn't...
well, you can't take my testimony. You are not a court.
I'm allowed to ask a question.
Okay, yes indeed, you may do that.
That's correct.
So it's just comments coming out, it's not anything
It's not evidence.
official?
Correct.
How can I have evidence in something that is quasi-judicial?
What did we find her in violation of?
Having my trailer hooked up to a cleanout.
What was the exact violation, the county ordinance?
An RV hooked to utilities being used for living purposes in a residential.
And I stated last time when I was under oath that no one is residing in this trailer, that it is there for construction purposes, and you do not have a problem with the trailer, obviously, only the fact that I have a 3-inch pipe which nobody can see except if you snoop, and that is also a violation of my Florida Constitution, Article 1. It guarantees me certain rights, free speech, the redress of grievances, which is what I'm doing now, and I have the right to feel secure in my house and my effects. That is my house, the trailer is my effect. I am not to be subject to a warrantless search without probable cause.
So it is still hooked up? That's your comment?
And according to the Florida Plumbing Code, I am required to provide a bathroom facility for construction workers. If it is not of the sewer type, which means that the sewer type is preferable, and seeing as how I have to pay $50 a month whether I use it or not, then I should provide a porta potty. My permit is active until the 30th of October. I am complying with all of Charlotte County rules and regulations, and you, as a board, as contractors, as individuals, just as myself, have no authority or dominion over me. You are not my kings. I do not have to comply to other citizens' whims.
I think we've heard more than enough, because we've heard this before.
Okay, well, it's about time you did. And United States Code, which you should look
I
up.
make a motion.
She was here a couple months ago.
Yes, I
No
was.
problem.
Protect my rights and my right of property.
As stated.
Yeah.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
Well, since she was here a couple months ago, and we're still back where we were a couple months ago,
I refuse to take this out. It is not bothering anyone. Why should you tell me what to do on my own property? I am not
Any other
bothering
discussion?
anyone. I am not
Any other
bothering anyone.
discussion?
This is my private
All
property.
those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise? Thank you, ma'am.
And what was exactly the disposition you were going to continue to excessively fine me for what? For
Your
what?
violation, thank
Of
you.
what?
Your violation, thank you, ma'am.
Of what?
Have a nice day.
it was in the original order, Mayor.
I'd like it to be specified under your oath. What is my
You can
violation?
get a copy of the order from,
Well, can I just have a statement of what it is?
Yep.
That I'm using a clean out that I pay for?
Have a nice
Inch
day.
pipe? You're
Next
gonna
case,
fine me for that?
Next case.
All right, thank you.
That was it for the consent agenda. The next items are liens to be approved, or approval to send to the BCC for further consideration.
Were you sworn in earlier?
No, I'm not, this is not a court. I should not have to be sworn in to speak my mind.
You want to provide testimony.
It's not testimony. This is not a court.
We are quasi-judicial.
Quasi does not mean you are a court. It means you are acting as a court. You are not a court. You are not lawyers. You are contractors. You have no authority over me, a free person, to comply with anything. According to, and it's not funny, because this is to do with the liberties and rights of American people who are being abused. I am being subjected to liens, defamation of character, unnecessary upset because I have a 3-inch pipe going into the ground. This is ridiculous.
So can I ask a question? Is this only comments? Because we're not speaking to this testimony, because she hasn't...
Well, you can't take my testimony. You are not in court.
I'm allowed to ask a question.
Okay, yes, indeed, you may do that.
That's correct.
So it's just comments coming out, it's not anything
It's not evidence.
official?
Correct.
How can I have evidence in something that is quasi-judicial? Hi, my name is Christine Marfoot, and I don't know if you are yet aware of practices in the United States by cities, counties, called code enforcement. This is sweeping the country. When I was a kid, nobody came to your house. Nobody cited you for small things. It's revenue generation. A lot of people also believe that there is an international involvement. I don't know what is true, what is not true. A lot of people blame Agenda 21 and as the overarm controlling force that is trickling down into the small local municipalities all over this country. What I do know is that it is all over this country. All these cities are eating out of the same cereal box. They have the same methods. It is terrorism of the American homeowner. And if you have any power in government, the American homeowner, America, needs help. I want to thank F.A.C.E.OFF movement. They are totally nonprofit. They do not accept contributions of any kind. And what they do is chronicle the stories of abuse of homeowners' property rights and constitutional rights and connect homeowners with each other in a network. So that I do know that this is affecting other parts of the country. And I will be calling shortly to a man in Arizona who was recently contacted the group and who is very upset at the way his retirement and his life are turning because of code enforcement. Hi, is this Jack in Arizona?
Yes, it is.
Jack, what's your full name? I'm not sure I got it.
Jack Lowell.
Jack Lowell. And you contacted the F.A.C.E.OFF movement?
Yeah, I did.
And
over code enforcement.
And what part of Arizona are you in?
I'm near Phoenix.
Near Phoenix. What is your city name? What's the name of your city?
Tempe, Arizona.
Tempe, Arizona. And do you feel that you've been terrorized by code enforcement?
Yeah, it's ruined my life, and starting a year and a half ago, it's ruined my business, crippled my business, let's put it that way, and it's shortened my lifespan because of the stress, and if I was not a healthy person, I probably would have been sick by now.
Hang on one second, Jack. Okay, I'm sorry, there was a car went by, that's why I had to stop. You have a small mail order business out of your home, is that right?
Right.
And this whole thing started with dry grass, but you live in Arizona, right?
Yes.
And they expect you to... I'm sorry?
I would think having a lawn that was needing water would be not a subject to have a code enforcement, but...
And you're almost of the age of retirement, right?
Yeah, that's relative, though. I think I'm young, still at 63.
63. And you mentioned to me that you were interested in telling other people in the country and that you wanted to write a an article for AARP to warn people about what's going on?
Well, to let people know that they have some rights and to beware and to avoid problems with code enforcement to start with. They are nasty departments.
And you said you had your mail order business when I talked to you earlier. I think you said you've had it for 40 years, right?
Yes.
And now they are coming over trying to disrupt your life, and you're not bothering anyone, are you?
They've succeeded in disrupting. They're having me hide rocks, move rocks from one place to another. It's just stupid, and it is not visible from the street. So I'm fighting it.
And you deal in rocks and minerals. That's your hobby and your business, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and I just wanted to let everybody know that this is a national problem and that you are all the way in Arizona. I'm here in Florida, and we're being subjected to the same treatment. So thank you.
Oh, yeah, I think it's going on all over the United States.
Yeah, and I found that out through F.A.C.E.OFF, and I hope other people who are watching will...
You should warn people that they don't have to let code enforcement into their house or in their backyard.
Okay, I think you will have done that. Thank you so much for letting me talk to you, and I really appreciate it.
Day, Christine.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Unfortunately, this describes many Americans today, including property owners who are not free on their own land. Without liberty, this is not the land of opportunity. I know quite a bit about code enforcement, seeing as how it ruined my life over not you, but some other jurisdiction.
Code enforcement. It's ruined my life, and starting a year and a half ago, it's ruined my business, crippled my business, let's put it that way, and it's shortened my lifespan because of the stress.
According to, and it's not funny, because this is to do with the liberties and rights of American people who are being abused.
I don't care. Well, I care, and I will sue every one of you for violating constitutional rights.
I know sometimes you wanna let go. Bad boys, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You're too bad. You're too good. You're too bad. You're too rude. Yeah. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Chuck it on that one, chuck it on this one, chuck it on your mother, chuck it on your father, chuck it on your brother, chuck it on your...
Hello, boys. I'm back. This land is my land. This land's not your land. From Tempe, Arizona to Port Charlotte, Florida. This land is my land. This land's not your land. So get off and leave me alone.